And live. Probably. Yeah. Alright. So, hi guys. It's me, Sloth again. There we go. We got the bingo board. So, to those who don't know me, I'm a speedrunner myself. I run mainly glitchless, but I did some bingos and I started playing OoT with Beta Quest, so yeah. Now I'm commentating because I'm a washed up player, Kappa. No, it's all fine. I commentate like 2 days ago, now I'm commentating solo. I hope you guys will enjoy it. This is the bingo board, so I guess both are ready. Marco's resetting, so they're both French, so they probably talk each other a lot. They're both good players. Like, yo, Kappa, what up? Like, if you follow the OOT speedrun scene, like the real-time, the RTA scene, you probably both know their names right now. Marco, famous for his MST world record, and Bono is pretty much top 10 in all major glitch categories in OOT. Same with Marco, so this is gonna be good. They both have a lot of experience playing Beta Quest. They both joined the solo tournament. They both joined the duo lockout tournament, and they both in winners round 3. So yeah, expect a good match. Expect both have a lot of experience in Beta Quest. Both have deep glitch knowledge, so yeah, expect a really good match. I don't know if this is the real card because both of the runners didn't reveal yet, and I'm not in the bingo sync myself, so can't say. But if this is the real card, we can go over it, I guess. Oh, it is. Okay, let's go. Then we can start talking about the board. So, ZL goals is probably one of the most important goals on the bingo board in Beta Quest, so let's check it out. There it is. Small keys and Shadow Temple, that's 1. There's Green Gauntlets, that's 2. Double Magic. That's it, 3 songs. So, 3 ZL goals. Not too bad. Double Magic is kinda okay. Small keys and Shadow Temple, you have to find Shadow, but if you find it and have ZL, it's pretty okay as well. Green Gauntlets forces the players to find ZL as child, which is, in my opinion, pretty bad. So I didn't look at the whole card yet, but we could expect both players could leave Green Gauntlets open, so it doesn't get picked. And for those of you who don't know how this works, this is a draft. We got the bingo board right here. It's a lockout board, so there are no close goals to each other. So we don't have 6 compasses and 7 compasses on one map, on one board. So yeah, a lockout board. I think Marco is the higher seed in the bracket. So he has to pick first. Oh no, Bono is the highest seed apparently. So he has to pick first. He picks 3 songs, which is pretty good on this board. 3 songs can easily be done as adult only. You can find Requiem, you can find Sunsong. It's pretty easy. That's a good start. Now Marco picks 2, then Bono picks 2 again, until Marco has to pick the last one. Bono has to pick the last one, and the 25th goal just stays open, and nobody has to do it. So, defeat the Skull Kid. There are 2 ways to do it. You can beat it after playing Serious Song to it, or you can just beat it as adult, which we will probably see. Marco is doing that just as adult. And Death Mountain HPs are easy. You can do it as child even, so good thing. Bono snacks up the hearts, which I personally like because you find so much bosses in this game. And you just can pick up heart pieces on your way. So even 9 hearts is not bad. Wasteland Skulls, it's like iffy. You have to find Wasteland, which is 2 loading zones, but the rest is pretty easy. Alright, so what did we have? Milk and Beat the Dicketry. Yeah, the thing with Milk is you have to wake up Talon, and then you either get the Epona song and the free and the empty bottle, or you play the Milk minigame, but you have to get back to the Milk minigame, because if you save warp or die, you have to play it again. But with the Epona song, it's kind of free. Just need an empty bottle, but you will RBA anyway, probably in this match, so you got an empty bottle. Alright. Gerudo Fortress area score is probably only hookshot, so that's fine. 7 compasses. You have to find 7 different dungeons, but that should be fine as well. Fire Temple BK, hookshot and bombs. 37 heart piece though. You have to find the loading zone as child, or go back in time. So I can see it being good, and it denies the heart piece, so that's fine. Map and compass, Bomb of the Well, 3 boss keys. 3 boss keys is free in Beta Quest because you can do like the hold R strat for the Speed Frog, and then you can RBA the Speed Frog for a boss key, and then you let the timer run out, and you get the other boss key as well. Alright, Marco has picked up Double Magic and Megaton Hammer, so he has the Fire Temple synergy pretty much. So if he has Megaton Hammer, you can just grab the boss key. There are easier ways to get it. Alright. What else? Oh, light arrows are picked up. So you have to fight Bongo and Rover, but Bono has 9 hearts as well. So that's a good synergy. School from each child dungeon is okay, I guess. There are 2 different entrances to Deku, 2 to DC, and 1 to Jabu. So I expect them both to be pretty good in their exploration. So they check a lot of loading zones, and they should find everything they need basically. So I like the child dungeons. I think Marco's goals at the moment are a bit better. I'm not really sure. So he denies Baronade from Bono because he is in Jabu already. But I don't like Baronade as a goal. Does 3 boss keys include not using them? No, you can use them. That's no problem. It's just they have to be in the inventory basically on the big map screen. It's fine. What did he pick? Small keys and Shadow. 3 skulls and water, defeat Mag. Yeah, defeat Mag is kinda long, I guess. If you have to do it casually, I guess, but if you have hover boots, it's pretty fast. If you have hookshot and bombs and hover boots, it's pretty much really fast. You just grab the bow, then wheel shot down, and you're pretty much done with the goal. So, and 3 skulls and water temple, they can do it, I guess. You only need pretty much 1 item for that. It's either bow, it's either ZL, it's hookshot, I guess. So at the end, the goals are pretty bad. So yeah, it's Beta Quest, right? You could get your 12 goals. Like the loading zones you need could be the first 12 you check, basically, but that's not gonna happen. Marco gets the inventory goals, and what else? What did he pick? More keys in shadow. Oh, he picked green gauntlets. That's interesting. Ooh. Alright. So Lake Hylia's golds are open. Nobody has to do it. Which is interesting because you need Hookshot, Ice Cavern, and
Non,
the
tu
lab.
caches. Cac, on s'entend pas.
So, yeah, I can see it, but I can see Spirit be worse than that. But yeah, seems like the first loading zone is CAC, which is pretty good. It's a major hub, so yeah, that's nice. That's a good start. I like starting in CAC. You get a bottle for free, basically. You don't have to search it. You have a lot of options to check. And yeah, it seems like we're good to go. I don't know how they handle the countdown, but they're probably in voice, so get ready to start in around 5 seconds, I guess. Well, and there we go. And it seems like no one stops to... Oh, maybe. Alright, I just thought they both leave CAG, but they just both get the bottle. So I have around 2 minutes to talk about the goals a bit. So let's check Marco's goals. 37th Harp Piece is unique loading zone. Defeat a Skull Kid is free as adult. The whole inventory, well, tunings are kind of free. The boots are both unique, but you find dungeons with the boots, so that should be okay. Mirror Shield, you either find it or Spirit Hover to it, pretty much. Which should be fine as well. Oh, I just got information that if you guys are not hearing or only hear the music a bit quiet, it's because both want to use their mic to talk to the viewers, so hope it's fine. I like quieter background music. I don't mind that, so I hope you guys stay to listen to my beautiful voice, Kappa Bright. Alright, so back to the goals. Okay, inventory. Fire Temple Boss Key in combination with Megaton Hammer. If you find fire, you pretty much have both golds. Which is okay. You can RBA Fire Temple BK as well with fire arrows, so there's multiple options to get them. Small keys in Shadow Temple needs ZL and the temple itself. Milk should be good. With Epona Song, defeat Baronade. It's kind of iffy. You have to find the boss, but you can do it as a doll with the new X-Equip thing. Beat the Decoratry is unique. Both HPs and Death Mountain Crater is free. Green Gauntlets, you have to find ZL early for that. And then RBA the Pocket Cocoa. And Double Magic needs ZL. So Marco's goals seem kinda ZL heavy, so he has to find it pretty much early to guarantee his Green Gauntlets goal. But if we find the inside of the old hag shop, you can RBA it. You can RBA the mushroom from Gerudo Fortress as child as well. But that means you get ZL pretty much for free as adult, but you have to find the original ZL loading zone as child to confirm Green Gauntlets. And they both find their first trials really early, so that means early choose for both if they choose to do them. Nothing happening so far, I guess. It's like beta quest. Every beta quest, around 1 hour, you only see exploration of the map and of the seat, and hope to find something like a shield and something, or choose, or ZL, or hookshot. That's pretty much the big thing. Both in trials again. Alright, Marco spawning outside collapse. So, the first time you enter outside collapse, you always get spawned in the after Gendorf cutscene, and in the Gen fight itself, your Master Sword gets knocked away. So basically, as a save mechanism, if you save warp, if you die, which is if you die in collapse or anywhere in collapse, you get the Master Sword on B back, so you don't lose it pretty much. And in Beta Quest, you can use that to die in collapse anywhere, even inside, and get Master Sword for free, basically, which is quite OP as child. And yeah, it's the same seed. They have the same seed, same bingo board, and they drafted both 12 golds, which they have to complete. So yeah, that's the reasoning of Beta Quest in a 1v1. Same seed, same loading zones basically, and yeah, who can finish first basically. There's a 3-hour time limit on this race, and if they both have the same amount of golds after 3 hours, we gonna see an overtime in which the first goal wins. And if someone finishes his 12 goals before the 3-hour mark, we just stop, of course. So yeah, both seems like both having Master Sword now after dying in collapse, so exploration goes on. I think I have a bit of time to go over bonus golds, I guess. So he has golds in Spirit. One skull in Child Dungeon, so he has to find Spirit, he has to find all 3 Child Dungeons, which is DC, Decatry, and Jabu. He has to find Forest for Defeat Mac, he has to find Water for Scold, so he has to find Bongo and Turn Rover, 9 heart, 3 boss keys, should be okay, bottom of the well, and 7 compasses. So he has to find 7 dungeons for his 7 compasses, but he has a lot of dungeons in his other goals as well, so there's a bit of synergy. He has the dungeon synergy, Marco has the ZL synergy pretty much. So if I had to choose, I would prefer bonus goals because I explore a lot when I play and I technically find everything in a seed which I need. So it's a personal preference, but I like bonus goals more. And yes, nodes are allowed. It's Menu who's hosting this, and he is like, he loves his notes, so notes are allowed. They can't watch the other players stream though, so that is not allowed. And I think they're both playing on VC, so there's no loading or lag difference. What else? There's a song goal, but you can get every song except Scarecrow song. Scarecrow doesn't count. You can't gim items, so you can't gim light arrows. And you can't use Deku Stick as adult, even if it wouldn't crash because they're both on BC. So that's like those are the rules basically. If you have questions, just ask them in chat. I'm trying to answer them. So yeah, Beta Quest is basically a no shield. Ooh, there we go. Marco finding the 37 harpies, which is pretty nice. So yeah, back to my point. Beta Quest is pretty much a no shield simulator at the beginning. You desperately are in the search of a shield because it makes everything way easier. You can power crouch step, you can get Ice G. So shield is pretty good. And Bono finds the free item loading zone, which is Zora's domain. You can get free nuts, a free stick, and the silver scale if you want, but he decided not to. The silver scale opens, I don't know, 5 or 6 more loading zones easier, so you don't have to do it with the glitches. But both players, are basically in his glitch knowledge. Pretty good in his glitch knowledge. Their glitch knowledge. I can't speak today. Oh my god. And yeah, Bono finds his 37 harpies back when Marco has it already, so he knew, but it was pretty easy anyway. They both have a sword, so they could grab choose, which we probably will see from Marco now because he's in the trials again. So if you're not familiar with this, you don't actually need a shield or a hookshot. You can get all the rubies in Spirit Trial as child. And this is probably one of the first tricks to learn if you want to do Beta Quest, because early explosives are so good and it's not that hard to get them. It's a bit precise. I think it's 2 frames for the jump slash, but yeah, this is one of the more important tricks to learn at the beginning of your Beta Quest career. Let's see if he gets it. So Bono found the wasteland, which he needs, but I think it was reverse, so he has to do it reverse, not a front entrance. It should be doable. Like, that's one skull he needs. He has the ball already, so he can get the soft soil skull in front of the Colossus, in front of the Spirit Temple as well, and the other 2 show up as adult. Which you can, the one you can, I don't know, hover to it on the 3, and the one you just climb on a small hill. You can both hookshot them, so there are ways to get them. And Marco gets the jump slash to the rupee and gets rewarded with nice and free 20 choose if he doesn't die here. So for the best, yeah. There's still one more. Oh my god, it's so close. Marco, no, please. And he resets the room. He's scared. He is scared. Alright. That looked easy. So he gets 20 choose out of the Spirit Trial, which is so much better than the 10 you normally get in bingos or RTA runs. 20 choose, you're pretty much set for the first hour or 2 of Beta Quest, because you can RBA even more choose. And Bono finds the Deku Shop, which is the source of a shield, and finds Bottom of the Well back to back. So first he gets 2 shields, which is pretty OP. He doesn't have to worry about getting a shield as adult, because he just gets it here. He gets a Deku Shield as well, 14 minutes in, pretty good. And he also found Bottom of the Well for a free compass, and if he gets explosives from Spirit Trial, he can finish his map and compass goal already. So Bottom of the Well is pretty much jackpot in the first 20 to 30 minutes of a beta quest. And Marco finds the Sky Temple, a room created by the by MZX rules, who made the ROM hack to just tilt people, I guess. You get there and you just stand there and get assaulted by 3 iron knuckles, and the only chance to escape this room is to take a hit and then survive it and then kill all the knuckles. Yeah, that's totally possible because Bono didn't have any money when he found that job, and Marco could just buy the shield and then find Bottom of the Well after. So we will see.
Mais ouais, c'était pas GF3. Ah non, c'était Goron City tout.
So expect Bono to grab
GF3.
choose right now on the next 5 minutes. So he can finish this map and compass goal in Bottom of the Well. And we're pretty much even again.
Faut que j'aille chercher des bombes fous. Limite, faut que j'essaye warp là.
So if you're not familiar with Beta Quest, you saw Marco spawning on the Lake Hylia warp pad there. He dies to simulate the loading zone, which would get him to the lake pad in the original game. So it could be beating. In this case, there are 3. It could be playing Serenade, it could be beating Morpha, or it could be the cutscene which fills the lake after entering the blue warp in Water Temple. So we don't know which one it is. We will see it as adult because the blue light warp animation doesn't show as child, but he just simulated it because of because he died to the Octorok. And playing Sunsong would do the same, but in Lake Hylia time goes by, so Sunsong wouldn't work. But with Sunsong, you can basically do it faster. Instead of dying, you just play Sunsong and it works. But on maps like Lake Hylia or Hyrule Field, time passes, so you have to die every time if you want to like simulate the warp which leads to the loading zone you just got to. Marco found Water Temple. I didn't see it where it was. But he doesn't need that. Bono needs Water Temple, so let's hope you find it. And Bono's grabbing choose, like I said. They're so valuable in the early game, it's probably the first thing you should rush if you either are comfortable with the jump slash or you get a shield. Because shield makes this so much easier. Just get ISG and backflip onto the BMOs. Then you have your rupees for the juice. So Bono could totally finish Bomb of the Well now. And Marco finds early DC, which is pretty good. He gets a shield now. He's 4 rupees short, so he has to farm shields, basically farm money for a shield. But if he gets it, he gets free bombs. Doesn't need a compass. It doesn't need the map, so it's pretty much only bombs in here. Bono needs DC for a compass and for the skull in all child dungeons, so let's go. It's pretty hard to track where every loading zone is when I solo commentate. So excuse me, please, when I miss some loading zones, even the obvious ones. maybe you guys can help me if I miss something. But yeah, we found Bottom of the Well, we found DC, we found
Je m'en fous de ça.
Water Temple already, so that
Quand même le noter.
those are 3 possible compasses for Bono. Bono found Gen's Tower, the inside, which is a free boss key as well for him. Pretty nice.
Ah non, il y a une boss key. Putain, merde, c'est pas grave. Mais ouais, non, je m'en fous pas en fait. Ça fait une boss key, une free boss key. Donc c'est good.
Alright, both players have shields now. Let's hope Marco doesn't burn them in DC. Burn his shield in DC again. So he's saving. Making sure if it happens he can just save about and do DC again.
What? Il faut que je tourne au puits. Dès que possible. Prendre la map. Génial. Cool reverse. Allez!
I'm sorry. Yeah, both players just trying to
Alors, le puits.
explore as many loading zones as possible.
Oh, le puits.
Even if you can finish a goal, it's a draft. You can't lose a goal by getting sniped from your opponent. So scouting is totally fine in the first hour or so, or even in the first 1.5 hours. But it's tricky to decide when to go adult. You have to find Temple of Time first to go adult. So it's a tricky timing, but you try to finish your child goals as fast as possible. Prep all the child goals so you can go adult. Oh yeah, Marco's going for the full DC. Early bombs are so nice.
Oh putain de merde, ok.
You
Oh putain, heureusement que j'ai testé.
have to.
Ouais, il me faut le
You
noter,
have
vraiment.
20 bomb chews, but bombs are so much better
Alors,
because you can refill it. And Bono's finding Twin Rover at the crawl space to the courtyard, which is pretty awful. Because that's a loading zone which is child only.
faut juste que je lui retourne pour prendre
So
je pouvais pas la prendre avant, j'avais pas les bons choux.
he has to find
Je pouvais pas prendre les bons
Mirror
choux.
Shield as child, or he has to get it as adult and go back in time. There's in Beta Quest you can equip Mirror Shield as child, and Naburu Knuckle is there in the normal game. Naburu doesn't spawn, which prevents you from beating her as child. But in Beta Quest, Naburu spawns as child. You can equip Mirror Shield as child. It will be invisible, but it works without problems. So there is
Ok, donc c'est Warp Spirit.
there is the possibility to beat Twin Rover's child, but
Ouais.
yeah, he has to do it
Ok.
pretty much because he has light arrows. He has to beat Twin Rover. He have to beat.
Castle.
And making this loading zone child only is pretty bad. And meanwhile, Marco gets his bombs.
Donc ça c'est le puits normalement.
Pretty much no worries for the rest of the game with explosives.
On va les finir que ça sera.
Oh, it seems like Deku Shop was Goron City to Lost Woods, which Marco should find sometimes, but he doesn't. He has the shield, so the only thing he gets in Bottom of the Well would be an adult shield and more explosives. It's nice, but yeah, not needed so much anymore. There we go. Bono just grabbing 10 more chews, falling down to the lowest floor and bombing his way to the map. He safe warped already in Bottom of the Well, so it would be interesting to see if he leaves it just to see the loading zone.
Le puits, par contre. Donc on va le faire.
And he probably will.
C'est un peu chiant, mais.
That's like a loading zone you don't want to
J'essaie de
miss.
voir le puits.
even if you have to
Combat
climb up all the way of Bombed Well. It's like a minute for one loading zone, but in the end, it's probably worth it. You don't want to miss out on obvious
ouais.
loading zones.
Et les bombes, ça sera encore plus beau. C'est où la sortie ici? C'est pas là?
The zombie screams scared you as a child. I know people who are scared of redads, even in their mid-20s, so there's no shame to be scared by redads.
Ouais,
Marco finds domain as well, but decides to skip
nice.
silver scale and the items as well.
Ouais, ça doit être bien relou de trouver d'ici mais de pas pouvoir.
How do they balance each player's bingo difficulty? They draft. It's a draft mode. It's a draft tournament. So they both draft from the same board basically, and if player 1 drafts a goal, player 2 can't draft a goal basically. So the bingo board itself is pretty balanced. There's a good mix of easy and fast goals, but there are long and hard goals as well. So the board is pretty balanced itself. So it only depends on your draft. So you can totally gamble in Beta Quest in drafting, where you can pick all unique loading zones, but you find them and then you win. But you can go more balanced as well when you draft goals with multiple loading zones, but are a bit longer and needs a bit of preparation. It depends on how do you want to play, basically.
Alors du coup ici on va.
So yeah, Bono's back in Wasteland. Are we seeing reverse Wasteland as child? We will not see it. He's gonna die here, so he doesn't have to leave Colossus again. And on Marco's screen, we see he spawns in front of the windmill guy, which is pretty much the loading zone where you learn Song of Storms. So with dying there, he simulates getting Song of Storms. So basically, when you drown the well as child, he doesn't get the song, but he simulates the loading zone. And you can only simulate that by dying or playing Sun Song. And believe it or not, there's in every seed there's one important loading zone behind a stupid one, like a boss door or a Song of Storms cutscene or the Quiver 50 warp. There's so many stupid loading zones in this game, and you have to check them with Sun Song or dying. Pretty much, there's no other chance in Beta Quest. Like this one. This is Nocturne on bonus screen. You probably will never get Nocturne in this game because you have to beat the first three adult bosses and find the loading zone which leads to entering CAG. So you get Nocturne only through RBA basically, and even RBA is kinda rare to see in Beta Quest, but with the new Exoquip it's more likely to see that. And I think we saw it on Marco's stream, he found Decatry, which was like a Gerudo Fortress load. Oh, and Nocturne is Water Temple. So that's a goal for Bono as well. Beta Quest just random loading zones out. It's random, but it's fixed on the seed. So it's a loading zone randomizer, and they both got a bingo board, and we use like the seed of the bingo board as file name for the race. And when you enter the seed, the loading zones are basically set. So when you're entering Keg from Hyrule Field, you end up in Water Temple, for example. But if you in the same seed, in the same file name, if you enter Kakariko from Hyrule Field, you will always end up in Water Temple. If you change one number, the whole randomizing of the loading zones change. So yeah, it's a random loading zone generator basically, but it's fixed on the seed. So they both use the same seed, they both use the same card, so the loading zones for both are the same. It's just who finds his goals and who does it better, I guess. So yeah. Oh, there's Temple of Time. So Temple of Time is a fortress load as well. So there's an easy way to go adult. Deku was a fortress load as well. So we saw Deku, we saw DC, we saw Water Temple, and we saw Ball of the Wild. So 4 dungeons already, which are not too hard. And Marco found the Master Sword loading zone. Like, you don't even have to know the dot skip to play this game. You can just find this loading zone and you can go adult. So it's if you want to play it yourself, you can pretty much get into Beta Quest pretty easy. Yeah, it's not a bingo, but it's just a bingo board to draft. And they both have 12 goals, and first to 12 wins basically in a 3-hour time limit. Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask him. I'm trying to answer them as good as possible. So we see Marco voiding out on purpose because he wants to die here. So he simulates the going back to child loading zone, which is awful. Like, awful to check in the normal way, basically. And Bono finds GTG, which gets himself the ice arrow. So if he gets a quiver in any way, he can basically shoot arrows now. And it's a boss key. And it's a free boss key if he RBAs it. So that's his second because he found Gan's Tower already. And we see Shadow Temple on Marco's side, which is pretty good. And Bono finds Deku, so he found his 4th dungeon already, or 3rd. He doesn't know where DC is, and Marco has Shadow and DC. So Marco has early hover boots, and bombs. And Bono has early shields and early compasses, and also water templars and boss keys. So pretty even so far. But Marco needs a quick ZL so he can keep up with the goals of Bono. If he finds ZL, this race is gonna be good. If not, it's kind of iffy because he can only do 11 of his goals if he doesn't find ZL's child. That could be the point which he needs in the end. We saw a lot of 12 goals finishes already in this tournament, but there are also games where only, 9 goals were done, so it depends on the seed. Did you know the trick to unlock the Sunstone Grave in the Gravehead also unlocks the Shadow Temple door? Yeah, you can You have to do it in a different direction though. You have to do it from the top to bottom of the stairs basically. So you can unload the Shadow Temple door. I don't know how many unloads you need, but I don't know. It doesn't feel worth it. The Sunsong Grave is more worth it. It feels like that, but you never know. Because entering Shadow is easier to check, I guess.
Allez, monte.
So yeah, Bono got his second compass already. Oh no, he grabbed the skull first, so now he's grabbing the compass. That's his second one. Mako has the boots, which he needs for the inventory goal, but hover boots are so useful in the original game as well, so getting them early, even as child, it's pretty cool. Because you never know, maybe you can't enter Shadow as adult, or you don't have hookshot, or you don't have explosives, I don't know. Grabbing hover boots early feels pretty good. Went Bono with the combo. He dies in Deku Tree. Outside of Goma's door, which basically is leaving Goma, and finds the back entrance of DC, which is the better one, because with explosives, you can just hover up the skull and basically have bombs in 30 seconds after entering DC. I never seen this setup though. Oh, he's buffering it. That's interesting. I never seen this, but it works. So yeah, Bono's finding DC after finding Decatry, so he has 2 skulls and trial dungeons already. He has his bombs, he gets his third compass, and that everything in 35 minutes. So he's pretty set for the rest of the game. With the explosives, he had a good head start. 2 compasses, he knows where Water Temple is. He knows where Turnrova is, which is kinda iffy. But if he finds Mirror Shield, that is fine. He knows the Wasteland already. So he knows how to get that skull. 3 songs is pretty easy. 9 hearts, he found Turnrova and King Odongo, I think. So he could have 5 hearts already. That is nice. Hookshot would be nice to have. But they both have like 2 hours and 20 minutes left in the race, so expect to see a lot more exploration, and if they find things and they can do it, they probably will do it immediately.
Je connais cette strat, Azariah.
So yeah, Marco, on the other hand, grabbing the Kokiri sword
Pour tomber.
for his inventory
Parce
goals,
que là, c'est la toute première strat en fait. Que tout le monde faisait avant.
which is, I don't know, I skip Kokiri sword all the time in Beta Quest because you get
Ok,
practically Master Sword for free. I only get it if I have it as a goal in inventories thing, but you often skip Kokiri Sword. You don't need it in Beta Quest because Master Sword is so free to get. And both finding Ganondorf already, which is quite nice because they both saved before finding it, so you both don't have to watch the cutscene. Bono grabbed the compass, grabbed the bombs, blowing down the stairs to grab the Skulltula up there, and then probably leaving DC. Never have to enter it again. Got everything he needs. Same with Decotry. So yeah, good start. Good start for Marco as well, though. So it's pretty even. It's pretty even at the moment.
Alright.
The big difference will be if Marco can find DC, can find Zelda's Lullaby in the next 30 minutes or so.
Dommage. C'est un
Oh,
peu
that was so
la
close to
série.
burning his shield, but Keys didn't saw him.
D'ailleurs, je vais equip ça.
There's Goma for Mako. That's his goal. Nice.
Parce qu'ils branlent les
So
lignes.
that was the hole in the cack house, in the back of Impa's house. If Bono finds Goma, he will probably do it as well because it's easy hard, but finding the one-off loading zone pretty fast, pretty good. So Mako should have no problems to beat him, to beat her, the queen, sorry, and get his second goal. And is in the lead again. He has to enter the blue up because his goal says beat the Decker tree and it's not defeat Queen Goma. There's a difference. I think there
Ça
are
dépend de
even
quel
short
point.
bingos where or shorter goals where it says get the Kokiri Emerald, so he could basically RBA it. But beating X, beating Decker tree, beating DC, beat the Spirit Temple all means enter the blue up, beat the boss itself is an extra goal. So Marco takes the lead 2-1 again. But that says nothing. He found 2 one-off loading zones, which is the gamble of Beta Quest. Like I said earlier, you can gamble with one-off loading zones, and if you find them, you're happy. If you don't, you're sad. And so far, Marco found 2 of his 3, I guess, 4. And he finds the L. Oh my god! All right, we in there. This race is open. Like Marco beat Goma. I think there was a loading zone in between, but Goma leads basically to ZL.
Goma, d'accord.
Bono doesn't need it. He could grab it for Spirit Temple, which would make it easier, but he doesn't need it. So the only person who needs it was Marco, and he found it. So expect him to get golds really, really fast. Like Green Gauntlets is basically just finding Goron City, get the
Le cœur.
Goron bracelets, and then RBA. That should be fast. He found Shadow Temple already, so he can do that. He has to do it without hookshot at the moment, but he played, I think it was Danny in the OCS, and they had a goal where they had to do DC and Shadow Temple hookshotless, so he knows how to do it. It sounds complicated, but Shadow Temple is one temple which is doable without hookshot, I'd say. So he can do that. And what else? He can even defeat a Skull Kid as child now. Which is kinda likely because he has to get Goron bracelets and Serious Song anyway. So we could see it as child. And Double Magic, I think he found 2 very fun so far. So he's pretty good in his goals. Bono, on his side, finds Sun Song and has the Ocarina already. So if you weren't around earlier, where I explained the Death Warp Sun Song thing, if you play Sun Song in a room or in on a map where time doesn't pass, you just simulate the loading zone you came from. So Sunsong is OP. You normally play it with the Ocarina items, so every time you want to play it, 10 seconds goes by just from the bottle drop and buck pickup animation. But he has it with Ocarina, so his loading zone check will be really fast. He has yellows after Decker Tree cutscene. I guess Bono will pick up the heart container if he finds Goma, but he probably doesn't enter the blue up. But he doesn't need ZL. It makes his Earth Temple's goals easier because he can get one more small key in the temple itself, but he doesn't need it. The only player who needed ZL was Marco, and he got it. And he found silver gauntlets, but he can't pick it up. He can't pick it up because he has to get Goron bracelets, so sad face, he leaves. Can't do anything about it, but yeah.
Minime.
So yeah, next step for Marco. I think he found Meadow already, so just go back there, grab Zaria's song, and then find this loading zone again, basically, to get the bracelets. Oh, and he decided to talk to Darunia, because why not? And Darunia talks a lot if you just talk to him. Darunia talk is a big talk. It takes ages. Yeah, it's probably the best loading zone to get Saria's song, but he has the L, so he can open the door. It doesn't matter pretty much. This is a Goron problem. And this is a hot beat.
Speedrun. Allez, mais what the fuck 15 secondes sur un putain de super slide de merde. C'était voir si tout le monde.
Oh, alright, Shadow Temple is just entering CAC. Oh, that's pretty nice. That means early hover boots as well for Bono. And the compass as child, I guess, which is his fourth one already. If he doesn't fail the mega flip over the gap, that shouldn't be a problem. Just buff it, dude. Come on. I know we're pro, but buff it. Come on, you're wasting chews. You have bombs, but it's fine. Alright, he gets it. Marco, in the meanwhile, doing his best RTA impression and side hopping through the courtyard to enter the ZL loading zone. Probably worth it if it's a new one. Just do it. Because if it's night, you don't know if you spawn here or spawn in front of the crawl space. That's a nice loading zone to find this child as well, because you have to open the ladder. You have to open the gate by showing the ladder, and if you don't have ZL, you can't do it. But Marco could have done it, but finding his first magic fountain, in the original game, there are 6 different fairy fountains. The first one, in normal game, you have to visit the first one up on the Death Mountain Trail to get magic, but in this game, there are only 5 fairy fountains. So the first, they are all red flames in the beginning. So if you find a fairy fountain with ZL and play it, you always get magic first. And then they transform into the fairy fountain, which they normally are. So if he enters this loading zone again, it could be double defense, it could be double magic, it could be one of the fairy spells you need. So here, I think this is his 3rd individual fairy fountain already. So there's He has over a 50% chance to find double magic. And he only has to check 2 of them, basically, because if it's a green flame, he doesn't have to check it. And he can just leave. And Bono gets the gate clip with the mega flip in Shadow Temple. Gonna beat up 2 redeads.
What?
Oh wait, they aren't redeads. They are Gyptos. Sorry. Can't speak Zelda. So beating up 2 Gyptos, he gets his compass as reward. 4th compass, he knows the water temple, so 5 compasses already. Pretty nice, pretty nice. 2 compasses, 2 boss keys. And Marco finds Baronade, which is also one of his goals, but he has to find Jabu first. Because you can only beat Baronade as with the boomerang. Did he just reset? I hope he's saved before. That would be stupid if he didn't save before, but I don't think he does such a mistake. So yeah, his main goal is to find Meadow again fast to get Saria's song, which opens up two of his goals. Needs to wake up Talon as well. I don't know if he found Castle twice. Alright. I'm back, I'm sorry. Hope you couldn't hear that. Don't think so though. So yeah. Oh, and there's Castle. Maybe he found it already. So Malin is there? Yeah, she is. So it's night as well. Get the egg, just wait
Let's go.
half a day, and you wake up Talon. And Bono, meanwhile, finding Bongo, the second half of his light arrow goal.
Ici, du coup.
And another heart, so quite nice. He has to enter the blue warp though to get the medallion. He can't Sunsong out. He could do that again, but for the moment he has to beat the dungeon.
C'est largement mieux là, de faire une
Yeah, it's one of the, I don't know, harder bosses as casual player. I don't know. It feels weird, but with glitches you just get ISG and stand there and wait to basically wait until the bongo beats itself. Then just collect your reward in form of a heart container and a purple medallion. Alright. Marco waiting for his egg to hatch. Waking up Talon. What in tarnation? If you're familiar with the text boxes. So yeah, this enables him to do either the milk minigame or getting Epona's song to, which when you play it to a cow, the cow gets happy and gives you
Ça va être easy.
a happy bottle of milk. So
Si je trouve ZL, je vais prendre celle du Shadow.
depends on what he decides, but I guess with finding on Lone Ranch and at daytime he just gets Epona's song and he's good to go for milk, even if he goes adult. Don't lose your bucks here,
Encore
please,
une vraie
because there are no bucks on London Ranch,
un écart de
which
40.
is kind of weird, but that's how it is. Bono finding Valley, the child side of Guru Valley. I think he's gonna get both heart pieces here. They're free, they're fast. You probably check the loading zone of going down the river. So you basically get a 2-for-1 fresh new loading zone and 2 more heart pieces. See how he does it. And he grabbed the Coco. No, he does the recoil. Not that hard, but if you miss it, you're missing out on 1 free heart piece, I guess. But it's has more than enough frames to get it. Yo.
C'est ici que tu peux valider? Non? Non, c'est de l'autre côté. Bref.
Alright, back to exploring, I guess. So, what are we missing? We are missing Forest Temple, we are missing Fire Temple, we are missing Ice Cavern, and we're missing
En vrai, c'est juste un jump
Spirit Temple. We found one entrance. I don't know if it's the child side or it was the adult side, but
Surtout en 100%.
you want to find the main entrance for the
C'est bien pour
all
pour
skulls
avoir
in
en
Spirit Temple.
expérience.
And there's fire, which is another
J'ai pas
compass,
fait Warp.
but it's
Non, j'ai pas fait. Vas-y, je vais quand même faire.
kind of
Fire.
a slow one compared to other ones you can get. But Marco needs Fire Temple, so it was going down the river in Valley, if I recall correctly. You should check that. There's
Le temps perdu pour
you
rien.
can only end up in Valley 4 times or so. So one of the times you should check the river. But it's fine. Marco's checking Marco's checking the child market loading zones, which are not available as adults. So that should be a priority in your exploration. Get all market loads as fast as possible. So yeah, Mako's leaving Bottom of the Well, and if I recall correctly, this should be giving him the Ocarina, and it is. So he has Ocarina as well, so no need to play your songs with a bottle, which speeds up all the songs immediately. Bono goes back to Bongo just to play Sun Song, and this is how it works. If you play Sun Song in a boss room with a bottle, you basically enter the boss room. Like, because the boss doors are individual loading zones as well, because they lead to a different map in the dungeon. So checking boss doors can be tricky without Sunsong, but Sunsong makes it kinda easy. And every seed has a troll loading zone, which is gated behind the boss door or gated behind a cutscene or something. It's really weird, or beating a boss even. And Bono finds the lab, which was part of the 25th goal, which no one picked. So I don't know. I kind of disagree with the last picking. Oh, catch a breath. Marco finds Hookshot, which is one of the I guess, trifecta of Beta Quest items. You want to find ZL, you want to find Hookshot, and the third one is probably Mirror Shield, because you can't burn it and you can do everything with it in this game. So that's the holy trifecta. I would say Boomerang is okay as well, because it enables so much more child scolds in an easier way. But Hookshot is like, alright, Hookshot is the nuts. Don't have to do any weird hovers to some Skulltula golds you have. You can basically stun enemies. You can hookshot everything in this game. You can hookshot jump. You can do so much. But he burns his shield on the last flame of Dampé probably. So he has to go back to DC buying the shield again. But now he's set for Fire Temple boss key in the fast way. He can just weird shot to it. He doesn't have to do weird jumps, weird hovers in the Shadow Temple, so that should be free for him as well now. Yo, all you guys in class and work. If I would have been in class or at work, I could never freaking be watching Twitch, but I like it. I like it. So, Marco gets hookshot. Meanwhile, Bono got his first boss key. And going up the tower. So, like I said, boss doors are different loading zones.
C'est beau ça.
And the door to Gendorf isn't an exception. So, and in a lot of seats you find freaking good loading zones behind this Gendorf boss key, a Gendorf boss door as well. So it's good to check. And Mako finds Bongo but decides to ditch it. Because he doesn't need it. Why am I opening the wrong window?
Barinade.
Oh, and Mako founds the Wolf Grotto, and he beats it just to get 50 more rupees, so he can buy the shield again. We're 1 hour in. It's 2-1 for Mako right now. But that says nothing, basically. So Mako can do defeat a Skull Kid. He can do Milk. He can do Small Keys in Shadow. He can do both HPs in Deathmon Crater. Can do Green Gauntlets. And maybe can do Double Magic if one of his Fairy Fountains happens to be Double Magic. No one has Mirror Shield yet. No one found Jabu. No one found Forest. No one found Spirit Temple. Kinda. So yeah, we will see. Bono needs Spirit, he needs Jabu, he needs Forest. He knows Water Temple. I think he can do it with his items right now. He beat Bongo. He knows where Turnrova is, so he needs Mirror Shield. He has 5 hearts. There's Ice Cavern, so Ice Cavern is maybe Bolero, maybe beating Vavagia. We don't know. It's a free compass already. Another free compass, so this will be his 5th. With knowing where Water Temple is, so he should have 6 compasses already, which is kind of nice. Fortress area goals are kind of free. You probably want hookshot though for that.
C'est quel
And
ça
the same with Wasteland Colossus. So this is close. Because Marco found ZL so early, I probably give him the lead right now. But yeah, everything can happen. Like, he still doesn't know where Ice Cavern is,
Pas les
but
drops pour l'instant.
he gets it right now. But he doesn't have a shield, which is bad. Can you do it without a shield? Probably can, but do you want to do it? So he knows where Ice Cavern is now,
Ça me fait 5
which
contacts.
means he has all his boots. He knows he found Domain, he found Garden City, he has all tunics. He needs to RBA. Oh, this. Oh man, I didn't even see that. Like Bolero or beating Bavagia leads to the other pet warp, so you have to die twice to find it. So yeah, he's gonna be rewarded with Ice Cavern.
Et ouais, je vais sortir Ice Cavern, je pense plutôt.
But I don't think he will do it right now, because he doesn't have a shield. Oh, and his face is like, oh yeah, let's go. I think he notes it down, but doesn't do it right now. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, he's leaving. I think that's the correct decision. He can just get Bolero and do it as adult, because Bolero should lead to one of the either to Ice Cavern directly or to the one before. And he finds Meadow, so he has Sarias now.
Okay.
He's good to go for all his ZL golds, ZL Isle golds. We could even see him getting Gorm bracelets and going adult right now. Maybe. It's a possibility. If he... I don't know his status on checking every child market loading zone, but if he has checked them all, we could see him going adult. So, would be interesting to see. I think he checked entering Din's Fire as well, and he checked the crowd space already, so we could see him leaving, checking the rest of his market loading zones and going adult. But he doesn't have an adult shield, which could be a problem. So maybe we will see him searching for a shield first. Can you remember me how to get green gauntlets? Yeah, so there's a glitch called RBA, which is basically getting a bottle on your B button, and with the dependence on your item on your C right button, the bottle basically you basically always drop bucks. So if you catch bucks which has a value of 29, writes down bytes in your inventory. So and the item for the strength upgrade is the pocket cuckoo. So you get the egg from the cuckoo lady as adult in Kakariko. You wait until it hatches, and then you put your cuckoo on C right. You put a bottle on your B button, and you catch bugs, which writes. It depends which strength upgrade you have. Will change the color of your gauntlet. So if you don't have any strength upgrade, it will give you black gauntlets. And if you have golden gauntlets, it will give you bronze gauntlets. If you have silver gauntlets, it will give you blue gauntlets. And if you have Gorm bracelet, it will get you green gauntlets. And that's his goal. So you have to get Gorm bracelet, which means he has to find ZL, he has to get Saria's song, and then play it to the Runia. So he gets Gorm bracelets, You RBA the Cuckoo and you get Green Gauntlets. All of them have the same strength as Golden Gauntlets, so you can lift up everything in this game. But it deletes your
Collapse.
your
Putain, j'ai toujours pas de bugs.
how's it called? Your dive meter.
En plus, c'est chiant.
So the normal dive meter is 3. If you RBA gauntlets, you get a dive meter of 1. So it's glitched basically. There's some other things. With the egg, you can RBA Deku Sticks upgrades, for example. There's like the Poacher Saw and the later trade sequence where you can get ZL RB8 and 5 different songs. It's hard to learn at the beginning, and it could be too much when you learn to RBA, but when you do it more often, you kind of get it. And yeah, we're seeing Hotbeat basically giving Marco his Goron bracelets, and that's the same reason he couldn't grab the silver gauntlets earlier. He found the loading zone to the silver gauntlets outside of Spirit Temple, but he couldn't grab it because you can't downgrade gauntlet types. So that's like, if he grabs silver gauntlets, he locks himself out of Goron bracelet, and he would be locked out of one of his goals. So he couldn't grab it. If you find it early in Beta Quest, you probably always take it because it makes life a bit easier in the whole game. Nothing much to push. It's 1 block in Spirit and probably some bombs in DC, but it makes it easier. But yeah, Marco couldn't do it. So he has Goron bracelets now. So Green Gauntlets is basically done. So if he finds Lost Woods in his next few loading zones before going adult, he probably will defeat the Skull Kid as child. But you can do it as adult as well. That's not a problem. He has all boots. He has no shields at the moment, I think. But he has hover boots. So if he gets Deku Shield again and gets an Hylian Shield, he can do Spirit Hover to get to the Mirror Shield. He has all equipment for that. Missing Fire and missing Jabu. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and with RBAing the Cuckoo for Green Gauntlets, you automatically get the bigger wallet, the 200 rupees wallet. So he is set up for buying the last sword as well. If I would guess who's in the lead right now, I would say Marco by, I don't know, 1 goal or 2 goals. It's still close, but I would say Marco is leading. Because bonus goals are kind of weird. They are, even if he finds Spirit Temple, he has to do all goals, which is, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes. If he finds Forest, he has hover boots, so Mac takes like 6, 7, 8 minutes. I don't know. Even if he finds it, it is long. And the only long thing to do for Marco is Megaton Hammer, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I feel Marco's in the lead. Yeah, it depends. Well, when I play Beta Quest, I always assume if I find something, the other guy finds it as well, because I don't know. If I enter loading zone, I go straight back. If the next one just leads to nowhere, I go straight back. And I assume my opponent does the same thing, but their preferences. I heard from TG, for example, that his playing opponent, like Greg, if he spawns on Hyrule Field, he always goes to the bridge to like get rupees, which is a good thing. But I like to die, for example, and some people have like their own thing where they end up in Gerudo Fortress. They start from the bottom and go to the top. And there are some players, they just check the door where they spawn. So it's a difference. And even if the easiest loading zones, in the end, the other one doesn't have to find it. I don't know. It's complex and weird, but the chat after your game is pretty funny. Again, if you find like bottom of the well in this case, it's really easy. It's an easy loading zone, nothing complex to it. But Marco hasn't found it because he wasn't close to it or doesn't bother to check that loading zone. It's like
No, because
mostly
it's
player preference.
it's cool. Oh my god.
So yes, and it depends. One player finds Sunsong, can check everything pretty fast, can check boss doors really easy. The other one doesn't find Sunsong. It's complex, but that's what makes it fun, right? So it's not the same for every player. They found different loading zones, at least 20, 25 different loading zones already, so
Right now. I mean, I have
everything's
Shield,
good.
but I need Miracle as child because Rova is child only. So cannot go at
That's
the
like the thing.
altar.
Marco beat Decotry because it was a goal, and Bono will beat Goma if he finds her, but he probably doesn't enter the doo-wop. He probably will just play Sunsong or save warp out. So and ZL is behind that. So that's like one of the
No,
easiest
no, just
examples
don't fuck up too much.
that both of
That's my best advice, I guess.
not finding the same loading zones.
That is pretty
So
nice.
yeah,
How
we will
did I
see.
get
And
there?
there's Forest Temple.
How the hell did I get there?
Interesting. It was like one of the inside collapse loading zones.
I think it was like exit high
So
or
he knows where Mac is, but it's still long to do. And I think while I talked about loading zones, Marco found the Hylian Shield Grotto. So any checked 2 or 3 marked loading zones while I was talking. So and he finds Temple of Time now.
oh my god.
Now it's interesting to see if he decides to go Old because he has a shield.
Uh,
And apparently he
why
checked
did I not throw?
enough loading zones on the market as child that he decides to go adult. And I think 117 is a good time to go adult if you don't have any loading zones to check or missing only one or so. 117, you have a lot of time to do adult things. He can do every goal on his board
Oh my
as adult,
fucking god, that was. Oh my
so I
god.
like it. And
Just
Bono
fast
finding
forward, but
hookshot.
that's
See,
the only
it's
thing
the
I was
same
able to do
thing.
at the
Hookshot
beginning.
was entering CAC, but Bono was never
Okay,
around to find it.
besides.
And I think Marco
Nice.
spawned like exiting CAC and he just went back and found it. So there are different ways. It's different styles just to
Can we agree on
who
that?
enters which loading zone. So
Huh.
yeah, it really depends.
It's not good for restream for sure.
Um alright, Bono
No,
grabbing hookshot. Does he have
that's
to
not
do
good for GA.
child preparation? The only thing as child he has to do is probably beating Trinrova. But no one has Mirror Shield yet, so and no one found Phantom Gen to go back in time as well. So I could see him going adult as well. Now he has Hookshot, which makes Fortress Area Scolds free and Wasteland Scolds free. I could see him going adult and hoping Marco can't finish 12 golds,
Wait,
so he
we
can
do
go
that?
back for light arrows.
We don't take
He could
countdown.
also RBA light arrows.
Then we are even pretty much.
That's kind of complicated.
Because I hate
In
countdowns.
Beta Quest, you have to find the party inside of the party house. You have to find the inside of the hack shop. You have to have a good loading chain
Yeah, countdown is so boring, dude. Oh my fucking god.
to everything basically, and
Yeah, that
it's
fucking
more difficult.
hook shot at the
Oh,
beginning.
you find ZL, which
Was
was
good, okay.
wait. We had that 2 days ago as
I don't
well,
know if I'm bad
where
or not,
Goma
I never fucking did a
Blue Warp
single
lead
countdown in my life.
led to ZL, but he was
Maybe it's
entering
just,
hookshot
I don't know.
and found ZL as well.
When people do countdowns
Eh.
on stream, I'm just like,
Seems like blue warps of child dungeons aren't unique. Maybe? I don't know. It's weird. It's happened 2 times basically in a row. Never seen that before though. So
okay, so I'm pretty
interesting.
well
And yeah,
covered
Marco
now.
finding a
I
red
only need more
flame
gold as
fairy
child,
fountain, so he has a 50-50 chance of getting
and I'm
double
good to
magic.
adult,
And
I think.
it is double magic. You can actually see it on the from where the cutscene starts. So starting from the left with the red flame is always double magic. So he will be in front 3-1 short, while Bono is getting ZL in the meantime,
But yeah,
which
for the other
enables
things, I don't mind.
Spirit Compass, I guess. So and an easier Spirit Temples gold.
All other
So
moves are pretty good.
I like it that he's picking it up. It's also a
So,
song,
I mean,
but songs
two-bar
wouldn't
skull
be
is
a
gonna
problem
be
anyway, I
faster
guess.
by the reason why I'm doing that.
So yeah,
It's like the only thing I want
Marco
to
finds another one of his unique loading zones. He's probably only missing Fire Temple and Jabu. He needs 2 more loading zones and he can do everything on his side of the board. Meanwhile, Bono's missing Spirit Temple and the Mirror Shield as child.
So yeah, fucking mirror shield, dude. Oh,
And
that sucks.
Jabu.
I mean,
So
I guess I could go
3
back
loading
to...
zones, I guess.
Oh my god,
And
so many hearts.
what? Marco finds Lost Woods,
Fucking
slashing the bushes and
fucking
getting a
player.
bomb drop out of the bushes. Out of every single bush.
I don't wanna spend
That's
gold forever.
streamer's luck.
Mirror shield as child. I just spirit hog and go
So
back.
if you didn't know it, the Skull Kid is there as adult before you get the egg in the trade sequence, and he's there after you get the saw from the little girl in the trade sequence, and you can kill it just by slashing his face while he tries to shoot you with his little, I don't know, Deku seeds, whatever.
Okay, I already did
Just
some
slap him in the
stuff already.
face and everything's fine. So yeah, Marco takes the lead with 3 points
my
now.
I
Has
those.
what can he do? Milk should be fast if he RBAs the bottle, which will also mean he RBAs Green Gauntlets fast. If he finds DMC again, he has Hover Boots, so both HPs are pretty easy. This is Sun Song, which you can use as well. So Marco's getting more ahead, I guess, while Bono still has to do preparation as child. But he's on a good way of its own. He has 5 compasses, he has 6 hearts after this fight. It's not a bad race of him, but Marco got luckier, I guess, with his one-off loading zones. So
Oh, you mean near countdown, I guess?
I don't know, still close, but it. In the beginning, I favored Bono
Yeah, I don't know. Countdown is just
because of
so
his
hard,
draft,
man.
but Marco got the goals
It's
and the
confusing.
things he
Like,
needed
you don't
fast
understand anymore.
to
Like, who is
take the
winning
lead.
and who is doing what.
And now I like Marco's goals even more while
So hard to
seeing
follow.
1.5 hours of this seed.
I'm just gonna send song here.
Well, they both need Jabu basically. Marco needs Jabu because of Baronade. Bono needs Jabu because of skull from his child dungeon. He got Deku Skull. He got the Deku Skull and he got the DC Skull. And Marco was finding DMC, just super slides easy to the heart piece. Takes another point. It's looking rough, but I also
Yeah, like
had
being at
6 points or
44
so and
is not
was close in the
like
end.
doesn't mean anything.
So the race is not over
Like
yet, but it's looking
it's
really, really good for Marco. There's the cow.
okay, game, just give me more
Has he
time,
something to
please.
do? Oh, he's gonna RBA in the.
Should I do it?
Oh, he got the Coco already. No, that's the child
How many
Coco.
hearts do I even have at this point?
That's the child Coco. That's not gonna work. So he's gonna RBA right here in the
I'm gonna have to do Rova anyway.
Grotto. So he RBA'd a third bottle. Now he has
Hard.
a free bottle to put his milk in. So that's another goal for Marco. He's crushing it right now. Basically going from one loading zone to another and just getting goal after goal after goal.
It fucking mirror shield. I would
He
love to
equips
just like
sword again because he doesn't have
just
the adult trade sequence egg where he could just Sunsong and Sunsong and Sunsong so it hatches and then he could have RBA'd again. Oh, this is the Quiver 50 Warp. He probably should play Sunsong. She does.
I did not
Just a fresh loading zone. Quiver 50 in Beta Quest is probably the most awful goal in the game because
yeah,
even
I
if
did
you
not see
even if you play it
the
and win it,
incentive
you get
for
whopped away
the
every single time.
like playoff thing.
First of all, you have to get
If you
Guru
know what I'm
card.
talking about.
Oh my god, and Marco
It's a
found
round to
Jabu.
do the
So,
first game, like the first game of
ooh,
Clash and
this is
second
looking
game
rough.
of
This is looking real
I
rough.
think exaltation part. No,
He has to get a fairy
Crimson
spell
Dawn,
though,
I think.
so he can equip it
He wants to
as
do a restream of both
uh,
clashes.
equip it as adult, but apparently a fairy
I
fountain.
think he said like this weekend if we could.
Apparently, a fairy fountain leads to Jabu, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, Marco knows Silver Gauntlet, so he can hover to Mirror Shield, and he needs to
I don't
get a
think
Dagger Shield again. So his inventory goal is basically done as well. He can't equip swap with his inventory right now because he has the child
I'm not more
trait
nervous
item,
than
but
Angel if I'm on
leading to Jabu is the magic fountain. So he needs a spell, like a fairy spell, and then it works. So he can beat Baronade as adult.
Come on, dude.
No problem. Yeah, this was
Oh yeah.
basically one of his last missing loading zones. He only needs fire right now.
Okay, I
And
think
Bono
I
found that
can
already,
push
which
above.
it shouldn't be hard.
It might
I think it was
easier.
even a fortress load or something. So when he finds that, he's pretty much done with exploration. He can just
Great.
uh,
Really happy.
route his nodes, route his goals to be done. And Bono has still things to look for, which is,
To go this way.
I don't know, 1.5 hours. He has a lot of loading zones he needs, but still missing. But that is okay if your opponent hasn't already found everything he needs. So this is gonna be hard for Bono to come back. So yeah, if you wasn't around in like, I don't know, the last half year of OT, we found a glitch which allows you to equip child items as adult and equip adult items as child pretty much whenever you want.
Oh my fucking.
And yeah, this made Baronade basically an adult goal as well. And all the Jabu stuff adult as well, because you can now just equip swap the boomerang, you can be Baronade, you can also beat the tentacle with the boomerang to get the map. So Jabu is an adult dungeon basically. Mako did not find Fire Temple. That's the last missing loading
That
zone.
was great.
But we know it's in the game because Bono found it already. And it's not hard to find, I think, if I remember correctly. So Mako can pretty much just go 10 out of 12 and then start exploring the map again and find it eventually. And even if Marco doesn't complete Fire,
3 hours.
he knows where Turnover was, and it's like a pain
I don't know what to
in
do anymore.
the butt
Fuck
to
off.
do it as child. He knows where Baron is,
Although I need to
so he probably will rush to it right now. He should take this fairy spell.
So I need to go to the market.
Yeah, he's taking it. All right. So taking this fairy spell, it doesn't matter which one it is. So it's just
Fuck it.
he just gets this. So his so when he comes from the right of the map pausing screen, the first thing before he got this spell was the child trait item, which is the pocket cocoa in this case. But it is gray because you can't equip it as adult. But with getting Din's Fire, the first thing the inventory snaps to is Din's Fire. And because that is equipable,
Oh my god, dude.
you hover over the boomerang and then it's a frame perfect trick in the inventory itself. So you put your cursor over the gray out boomerang, then swap to the map screen and swap back to the inventory screen, and you have one frame to do an input of up left on your joystick and one of the C buttons, and if you hit the right frame, the game thinks you equip Din's Fire, but I don't know, it just thinks that your cursor is still over the gray out boomerang and it just equips boomerang. So yeah, that's like the thing. You can equip hammer as child. You can equip even hookshot as child, but hookshotting as child crashes the game. So that would be the best thing to use. You can equip slingshot as adult, but you can only shoot when you have a quiver. So yeah, it's useful. It made Jabu an adult dungeon basically. So yeah. Meanwhile, Bono finishes his 3 songs. He has Zia, Sarias, and Sunsong, but 3 songs is he would have even got that without getting Ziel. So just going adult is basically 3 songs. There's no worry to getting that. Marco getting the egg, so he preps his Green Gauntlets goal. Now he's probably heading to either Barinade, Zora's Domain, or Goron City.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this match, dude.
That is beating Shadow Temple. I think that was nothing. Nothing important.
No.
So yeah. Mako's goals are basically he just decides in which order he wants to do it right now. And then he either finds Fire Temple after his goals or he just stumbled upon him and will do it. Whereas Bono
Let's do it.
still needs to decide if he
It's the first time I
wants
get
to do
DMT.
Twin Rover as child and looking around for loading zones to find Mirror Shield so he can do it, or going adult and basically ditch it because no one has found
Twin
Phantom Gin yet
Rocks.
to go back in time. Will be interesting. So if he goes adult, he basically says that he hopes Marco doesn't get all his 12 golds.
I need to enter ZL.
But the thing is, when you play Beta Quest and you find a loading zone which your opponent needs, you know it's in the game. It's bad. It's bad for your mind, for your brain, basically, right? So if Bono found fire and he knows that it's bad, he knows that it's easy, so it's bad for him. So he probably assumes Mako knows where fire is, and
It's fucking warp. It's
yeah,
so annoying.
and he found Barinade as well. He didn't find Jabu, so that's okay.
What did he do?
That's good for his mind. He didn't find Mirror Shield as well, but both found Gauntlets, so there's the hover.
Okay,
And
we
Mako
gold already.
RBA is the Coco, so he gets the green gauntlets. So if you look closely, the color of the gauntlets is actually green. It's because the strength upgrade in your inventory has a green item on it, I think. That turns it into this greenish color. So yeah. Mako leading with 5 points. It's rough. Bono, I think Bono's draft was better in like consistency, but him finding not the correct loading zones. It's Beta Quest in a nutshell, basically. So, yeah. Yo, what's up, Menu? It makes it rough to figure out what is better. Going for consistency or going for the one-off loading zones and you hope to hit it. I think it's a good mix of it. But yeah, I don't know. You always have the feeling that the player who
Seems I'm gonna lose.
who got
It's
the
like
one-off loading zones is
faster.
luckier in the end, but it's
Need
based
to
on exploration. But in the meantime, Bono finds his mirror
to
shield,
where's
so
castle?
rush to Turn Rover, beat her,
Where the fuck
and
is
get light arrows.
Okay.
So the only thing Bono needs now is actually Spirit Temple. So that thing made it
What?
close again, but his goals are so
No.
long in
Is he
comparison with
mechanic?
Marco's goals. It's
No,
gonna
what
be
the
hard. He
fuck,
can
dude?
do it,
Nice notes.
but it's gonna be hard.
Okay, no. Yeah. Okay, I can go from here, I guess.
He can also hope that Marco never finds never finds Fire Temple. So there's that. But 120 left. He is back in the castle area, so he can enter the crowd space, which leads to Turnover. So he's good to go adult after that as well. He has hookshot and bombs. He knows where fire is, so his third boss key is kinda easy as well. So yeah. Fortress schools, Colossus schools are really fast. This is gonna be... could be close again. It's like not a 5-point difference now. I would say it's more like a, I don't know, 3. And now it probably depends on Marco finding Fire Temper fast, but this should lead him to Mirror Shield, so he doesn't have to hover to it.
Nice.
So it just depends. In my match against Runner Guy, he didn't find Fire Temple as well, although it was easy, so it could happen. Bono has to do his goals though. So 1 hour 20 minutes left is... sounds like a lot, but his goals, some of his goals are pretty long as well. Like he needs to watch Light Arrow cutscene, full Spirit Temple, full Forest Temple. That can take a while. So
He has Shadow for sure. It was just enter.
I don't know.
Fire Temple is really easy.
Yeah, I would say it's immediate to longish.
I mean, it's not that
Longish
actually, but
goals, whereas Marco's only long
it's
Shadow Temple, I would say. Bono found Temple of Time.
was kind of tricky, but I feel like the only thing it doesn't have is Jabu.
Bono has everything except Spirit Temple. We found one Knuckle entrance, but I don't know if it's the
only thing
child side or adult side one. Can't say that. And Marco's missing Fire Temple. Yeah, it's 5 goals at the moment, but yeah, it's 5 goals. Marco can do Baronade and his inventory pretty fast, I would say. So, and Bono is gonna get 3 boss keys, light arrows, 9 hearts, compasses, and a skull. So it's more like a 4 to 3 at the moment, I would say. But yeah, in the time Bono finishes his goals, because they're a little bit longer, Marco could have find for Fire Temple as well. So it seems rough for Bono right at the moment, and he's probably gonna be a bit stressed out. But it's closer than it looks like, I guess. It's a lead for Marco, but it's not 5 points ahead. It's more like 1 or 2, I would say. It still depends. If Marco never finds fire, this race is totally open. Because Bono can do everything but 1 goal. Marco could RBA fire arrows actually, but I don't think he has something to shoot an arrow right now. So yeah. The thing is, Marco can finish his goals probably in like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and then he has 40 minutes to explore. And Fire Temple wasn't too hard to find, if I remember correctly, so he knows how to explore efficient. So I think he will find Fire Temple, and then it depends on execution. But he's in the lead, so Bono has to play pretty well to win this.
Oh my.
But there were no major mistakes so far in this race. Both did well in executing glitches which they need.
What is happening?
I thought that was so yeah. He's getting trolled by Turova.
What the fuck is happening, dude?
Yeah, if you have efficient nodes and you know what to do, then you pretty much have all the standard loading zones done at 2 hours. It depends on which goals you have done already, but you should be fine with exploring.
Alright, cool. I guess, okay. Why not?
Alright, Marco's getting the Goron City money to buy the Goron City sword. So the rupees stay in Goron City. And Bono's on the market. So I don't know his exploration on the market, but we would see if he goes adult when he finds Temple of Time. And Marco's finding the Decker Shop again. Marco's finding Decker Shop again while having no money and finding Bottom of the Well after while being adult. So can't buy the Decker Shield, but he knows the Decker Shop now. So there's his third shield, which should be complete his inventory goal after finding domain.
That's not even my fault.
What is Bono doing? Bono's going back to Twin Rover to check the loading, to check the boss door. I don't know if I like this decision. Oh well, it's child only. Yeah, he should do it. Should actually do it. Wait, he died? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, I totally missed that. Holy crap. I was watching Marco. Sorry. I'm a bad commentator. Oh damn. I didn't see that. So after talking, both made no mistakes. Bono dies and Twin Rover gets trolled. Yeah, Twin Rover as child without slingshot is the worst. Meanwhile, Marco's getting his Zora tunic. So he's only missing the Deku shield?
Watch me die again.
Only missing Deku shield, but he knows DC, he knows the Deku shop, so should see that done as well soon. Yeah, turnover is a goal. You hate to pick it. It's the worst.
Obviously,
You appreciate the hookshot strat when you fight Twin Rover without hookshot or slingshot again. Yeah, one of the bosses being child only and it was Twin Rover, where you pretty much have to find Mirror Shield before, is so ugly. Like when you find that, it's the crawl space, it's the worst. If it's a dungeon, it's not that bad because you can get FW in Beta Quest and set it as child and go to the dungeon as adult because because FW will stay even when you travel through time. So yeah, but
Fucking
if it's a boss, and probably Turn Rover is the worst one, with Baronade, I guess, you're gonna be sad. And he doesn't get the one cycle. One cycling as child is the worst because you can't. As adult, you just jump onto the platform, and you can spam crouch steps to one cycle her, but at least he gets the
to do this.
second cycle,
That's pretty nice.
the 3 same spells in the second cycle, so he doesn't lose that much time. Wait, Marco? What is he missing? He has all boots, he has both tunics, he has all shields, he has all swords. I think he has the inventory goal. Alright, now he's doing the equip swap thing, because I think Baronade is in the one of the next loading zones, so he equip swapped the boomerang, he equipped nuts to make the fight easier, so expect Baronade next. He bought the Deku Shield. Yeah. Alright, seems like Baronade was just safe whopping in collapse. Oh. Yeah, I think he didn't mark the goal. I don't know why. But he has Goran Tunic, he bought the sword, he has Master Sword, he has Kokiri Sword. He found Hylian Shield, found Mirror Shield, bought the Deku Shield back. Oh, he doesn't have Iron Boots yet. Alright, I'm stupid. Yeah, he found Ice Cavern but decided to not to do it because he doesn't have... He didn't have a shield at that point. Yeah. He has to do Ice Cavern again, so that's missing. Alright. We good. So let's see if Bono's going adult right now. He should go adult.
Everything is over. Very simple.
And just hope that Marco can finish all of his goals, basically. So yeah, Marco is probably going to Ice Cavern again, which was leaving Hookshot, if I remember correctly.
I'm sad, dude.
I guess he's completing his inventory before doing more keys in Shadow Temple, and then all the exploration starts. So Ice Cavern and Shadow Temple will probably take 15 minutes with the loads to get there. So Marco has 50 minutes, around 50 minutes, I would assume, to find Fire Temple. Bono has so much to do and so many cutscenes. You're right. At least they're shortened, so it's fine. Oh, this is Jabu. No, wait. Oh no, that was his first magic loading zone. Yeah. There we go. Bono going adult. Needs 2 more compasses. 2 more compasses. He has Hookshot to do Wasteland Gold. He has Hookshot to do Fortress Gold, so expect that to be pretty fast. He has 8 hearts already, and he has to just entering Temple of Time again will give him light arrows. Meanwhile, Marco finds all the bosses in one chain. Finds Morpha, and Sunsonging Morpha leads to Phantom Ganon. Sunsonging there leads to another child loading zone, but he can die here or play Sunsong, it doesn't matter. I can't remember where Fire Temple was. One of you guys know, please inform me. But I think it was a really simple loading zone, so his normal exploration should find him. The loading zone. Yo, Juke. Yeah, it seems like Marco's getting his revenge for his loss in the OCS, where Bono put him into the loser's bracket. And it's looking good that he's putting Bono in this tournament's loser's bracket, so 6 goals ahead, which will probably be reduced soon. Because it looks like Bono has an idea where either Fortress or the Colossus is. So hessing around Hyrule Field without a plan doesn't seem likely, so I guess this is planned. This is in his notes. Yeah, no one's entering Valley without a plan from the other side of Hyrule Field, I feel. So, what is this loading zone? Going down the river. That was something important. What was it? Can't remember. We would see though. Oh, that was Fire Temple. Alright. There we go. So, going down Gerudo River is Fire Temple. That's not as easy. Yeah, Mako's going back to Ice Cavern right now. That's the Ice Cavern loading chain. Bono RBAing the Water Temple map and the Water Temple boss key right now. And we are shotting to the Fire Temple boss key, which will give him his 3rd one. Having no problems at all. Yeah, reducing the lead by 1 point. Probably heading to one of the desert areas right now to finish more quick goals. I don't know how his heart piece count looks like, but he probably needs only 1 or 2 more heart pieces. So, what is my favorite OT trick? with the emote behind, is it like an irony question in irony, or is it like a real question? You're being serious. I don't know. Probably something simple. I don't know. The mega flip to the bombs is pretty cool. I like it.
À moins qu'il ait pas trouvé Ice Cavern. Franchement, c'est le seul truc parce que Shadow c'est free et Fire c'est.
It's like simple things. Simple things makes me happy.
Westland, River Terre,
Alright, Marco, back in the last room of Ice Cavern, decides to kill the Wolfos before damaging down. So, will we see... Oh, he's damage buffering. What is he doing? Oh, he's greedy. Just take the cutscene, dude.
Je meurs là, non, putain, 15 000 cœurs.
Alright, what he tried to do, instead of damaging down with the Wolfos, he tried to damage down to half a heart. And open the chest in the damage buffering, basically. And he tried to equip the Coco so he gets the text box so he has more time to do it, but he failed it and died, so he has to go back to Ice Cavern again. Too greedy. Bono in the Wasteland, which should he be his last Lotola of the Wasteland area.
Je suis pas tenté. Je vois rien.
Will he try it again? He has to.
Non.
But he will probably...
Sans sable, je comprends rien.
The thing is, the trick is not bad. It's frame perfect, but he did like the thing Hundo. I think Hundo did it. Like damage buffering and open the chest while damage buffering. Just to save time, but you're ahead 8-4 at the moment. It's 57 minutes left, so why take the risk and die again? And do, or either why risk it doing the Hundo strat when you can just damage down before the chest,
J'en ai zéro.
then do it with half a heart and just need to hit the perfect frame. So yeah, I don't know. Well, it's so long to get back there. He already was back there, on the right wall, but instead of playing Sunsong, he decided to check new loading zones. So he could have been Ice Cavern already. It's not that hard to get back there. So, oh, he was so close. So close. Any bonus to getting a bingo? No. This is not. Basically, it only takes his goal. Takes its goal from a bingo board, and we did a draft. So we did a draft. Basically, we got a board of 25 golds, and they both have chosen 12. And they are like scrambled all over the board. So this layout just pieces the goals Marco picked on his side of the stream and the goals Bono picked on his side of the stream. So there's no reason to see a bingo. It's only a list of the 12 goals they picked, basically, for making it easier to look at the stream. If he triggers the cutscene, he can check the goal at the beginning of the cutscene, so he could want to finish with it. Yeah. The thing is, he doesn't know where fire is, so it's better to get a goal immediately instead of waiting for it just to finish on the cutscene. The cutscene is only, I don't know, 1.5 minutes. So, and again, the trick, the glitch to skip the cutscene is not hard, but he did like the hard thing to open the chest while damage buffering instead of just damage down before. And yeah, he's going back to Ice Cavern right now. He opened all the doors, so it should be a fast way to the chest again. Meanwhile, Bono, what is he doing? What should he do? It is day at the moment, so he plays Sunsong. It's night, so if he finds Fortress, he can do these scolds. He still needs Jabu. He could do Meg. Could do Meg fast, actually. He needs one more heart piece, I think. 1 or 2 more heart pieces and 2 more compasses. Oh, he's grabbing Forest Compass 100% because he has to beat the Poe anyway. And Water Temple or Spirit Temple if he finds it. 7 compasses can be done as well. Marco is probably gonna go down to 3 golds left, knowing where Shadow is. So we should see Marco rushing to Shadow Temple and finishing it in 10 minutes, I would think. So he has 40 minutes to find Fire Temple, while Bono has to find Spirit and Jabu.
Ouais, c'est la merde là. Il me faut la forteresse. J'ai que des trucs de merde pour la forteresse.
So he damaged down before and he got the frame. So he's skipping the cutscene, getting his boots.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait?
All good.
Oh, ok, j'ai perdu. J'ai perdu. Parce que Fire et Shadow, c'est sûr qu'il a.
Oh, that's interesting. He's going up the Gens Tower.
Mais what? Mais putain, j'ai cru que j'ai des notes.
He has no business in Gens Tower. He doesn't need the boss key. He's just going up there because it's one loading zone he didn't check. So he's already in exploring mode, I guess. He knows where Shadow is, so if he finds fire, he probably finishes in 30 minutes or so. But as we know, fire isn't even close there.
Non,
So Bono is in Forest Temple, so he will get another compass. Will finish. Wait, he left Forest Temple. Why? He had everything. He had everything to do Forest, but decides to not do Forest because he probably wants to finish his other goals first, so he could tie up the game. The reason there's no game audio, they both having their mic on, and they both wanted to do want to use their mic to talk to their viewers, so we agreed on quiet background music basically and no game audio.
c'est ça, parce que Forest, c'est. Ouais, forteresse.
Yeah, that's the reason he's skipping Forest. Purple Po takes a long time, but I don't know, it takes 7 minutes, I would say. But it's only one goal, and he has to find some others. But he has to watch lags and. Yeah, Forest Compass is like 100% because he has to beat the Poe anyway, but still. He's probably getting another compass first. And then. This is weird. Like, Bono is in a bad position. Just because of Marco's goals left. But yeah. It's 4 goals. One of them is fast. He needs 9 hearts, could be fast. If he does 9 hearts, Water Temple, and Fortress Area goals, and then finishes with Forest, which gives him 7 compasses and defeat Mag.
Encore, mais what? Il y a 15 000 magies dans ce
It
jeu.
could be doable. Like, Marco should rush Shadow.
Bon, bah, en théorie, je peux finir mes goals, mais il finira avant moi. C'est sûr.
Oh, and there's Jabu. So, that's another free goal. So, this makes it close again. Because it's a free goal for Bono. And Marco's in Shadow, so yeah, that's what I expected him to do. So Marco missing fire. He has nothing to shoot an arrow, so he can't get fire arrows at the moment. So he either has to RBA Kojiro. No, he can't RBA Kojiro because that would lose his that would lose him his Green Gauntlet's goal. So he has no chance to shoot an arrow, except getting the original bow. So he has to do forest. So he could maybe get fire arrows and RBA the key. That's probably his best bet. Yeah, he needs fire arrows. He doesn't need ice arrows. He needs fire arrows. So he needs to shoot an arrow.
On va le voir de toute façon.
But he can't RBA Quiver, and he can't RBA Rudolph's Ladder to shoot one arrow. So he has to do bow, which is not that long, and he found forest in like 10 minutes ago. So I could see him not finding fire and finishing with 11 golds because of his fire arrows RBA. And Bono missing, I don't know, golds and spirit. So it could go to overtime actually. With this Jabu find, that was big. Like it could go to overtime. Didn't expect that. It's really close again. 9 hearts, 7 compasses, both Gerudo fortress areas is gonna be done quickly. And then he's probably going to Water Temple because he has ZL. That should be fast as well. We could see overtime. "30 minutes more of myself." I actually like myself, but not so much I would listen to myself 30 minutes more, but thanks.
Je suis débile, j'ai.
So yeah, what do we see? Basically, Marco rushing Shadow. He needs small keys, so he's doing casual Shadow Temple basically, so he doesn't have to enter it again. Nice hang time. Air Jordan, and he's missing the rupee. Nice. So yeah, if you do Shadow with the gate clip, you can pick up 3 small keys, but you have to enter Shadow again. And if you do it like the casual way, just from the beginning to the end, you can just finish it from the beginning to the end. Takes a bit longer, but what can you do basically, right? So expect Marco to need at least 5 more minutes to finish this, and then it's exploration time. In the meanwhile, Bono's missing 2 heart pieces, 1 heart pieces, but having 8 hearts already looks good to finish that fast. Missing 2 compasses, but he has to do forest and water temple. So that's his 7 compass. That's 9 hearts. Alright, he was only missing 1. That's nice. So yeah, 5-3. Marco's lead was 6 points at some time. Now he's 5-3. Getting closer. So no beta quest is over until 3 hours or 12 goals are marked. How did he get green gauntlets? He did a glitch called RBA, where when you do it with Goron bracelets in your inventory, you get the green gauntlets. Am I ready for Emma or Exo? No. But I wasn't ready for What the Hell and Renegai as well, so it's all good. Also, before the tournament started, I had like a friendly talk with Emma where we both said that we beat each other in the tournament, and it's maybe gonna happen. So expect greatness. So yeah. Alright. Bonus heading to forest again? Yeah, this is forest. And he's entering it. Interesting. I think he was 4 times in forest in the last 10 to 15 minutes and always decided to skip it just to get probably fortress and water temple and a compass. There's fortress. Nice. At night. Nice. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Which would make it 4-3 remaining goals. But Marco is gonna finish small keys in probably a second or so. So
Wait. Fuck.
it's gonna be 5-2, 4-2. But Bono has stuff left to do, and Marco has to find Fire Temple basically. And the decision of Marco is either do I find Fire Temple or do I do Forest for the bow and get fire arrows to RBA the boss key? And it will be interesting to see when he decides to do the one or the other. Does he waste time finding Forest? Or does he go into forest immediately, get the bow, and then getting fire arrows to basically get 1 out of the 2 fire goals to make it 11,
Bon, la question maintenant, c'est est-ce qu'il a failli.
and hope Bono doesn't get 11, and if he gets 11, we be 30 minutes overtime, and he has 30 more minutes to find Fire Temple, which actually sounds like a safe idea. Because I think Mako didn't find Spirit either, so he could assume that Bono doesn't have Spirit as well. So yeah, interesting. Interesting to see. We probably see Bono doing Water Temple, at least the Compass. I think he will see Water Temple Compass. Maybe getting 2 keys, the 1 skull and the Compass. Then finishing Forest to get 2 golds. So it's a tie. I don't know. Interesting to see. Let's go. This is closer in the end as I expected it to be 30 minutes ago, because the Jabu was really, really big. That was a good find. And I can tell you, Marco is sweating right now. He is. Because I was in the same spot. I was leading 5 or 6 goals, and RG came back, even took the lead. But he couldn't find fire as well, so I did 12 goals while he only finishes 11. So yeah. And dude, my heart rate was like
Wait, what?
140 at
C'est
least.
vraiment
So
prévisible ce qu'a vu Gerudo.
Marco looked comfortable the whole race, even after finding ZL. So, oh my god. There we go. Marco's going down the river. Gonna be a happy Marco. If that's his happy face, I don't want to see this guy happy. I don't know if you can see the camera, but I could read his lips, and there were some French swear words. Because I totally understand French. But yeah, hitting this loading zone right now is probably GG in 10 minutes. So this is just a race to complete the objectives. Yeah, they drafted the objectives before the race. And yeah, they drafted the goals before the race, and they raced to finish their drafted goals, basically. Yeah, poor Bono. He did a good comeback, but in the end, Marco grabbed all the ZL goals and found it at the right time, basically. And he got he had a lot of one-off loading zones. He hit them really early, like 37 half piece was in like the first 10 minutes. He found Goma 30 minutes in. He found Barinade really early because it was easy, and then he found Jabu as adult, but that doesn't matter. He got ZL 1 hour in as child still, which he needed. So yeah, they both probably did no major mistakes except Bono getting trolled by Twin Rover once and dying. So good race, I guess, from both. And Marco's revenge is happening for being knocked down in the losers bracket of the OCS tournament. What's the difference between beat X dungeon, beat boss X? If there's like defeat Baronade, you can click the goal when you defeat the boss with the last hit of the boss. If there's like beat Jabu in this case, you have to enter the blue wall, which basically means there will be a cutscene. So normally, beat X dungeon will take quite a while longer, because you have to enter the cutscene basically. But what that means, normally bingo rows are balanced, and they are balanced within cutscenes, or in this case, cutscene skips. So, for example, the bingo goal, beat the Shadow Temple, is in normal game is balanced around doing boat skip and doing the Shadow Medallion cutscene skip. So there's a difference. It's basically balancing. if you have beat the boss, you only have to beat the boss, and if you beat the dungeon, you have to enter the blue warp or wrong warp to another place, basically, which skips the medallion cutscene and does something else for you. But in Beta Quest, you can't wrong warp. If you try to wrong warp, the game's gonna crash. So. So he just left after beating Baronade, but he had to walk into the Deku Tree cutscene, which is you fixed that crash. Alright. We can wrong warp. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I never wrong warp the game because I never tried it because I thought it crashed, but if you say you fixed it, well, here we go. Let's do some wrong warps then. So yeah, that's the main difference. So with this race ending soonish, I could load up the bracket and link it. This is the bracket of the tournament. I'm gonna vote for Marco because I know he's gonna win. So yeah, we started 2.5 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago after AGDQ. This is winners round 3, which is basically the way to the best of 12, I think. Top 12, if I can count correctly. I don't know. So there are a lot of matches going on each day. Our progress is pretty good, actually. So if you're interested in more Beta Quest, join the Discord. I will link the Discord as well. Let me get that real quick. Discord, where is it? Beta Quest Discord. There we go. That's the Beta Quest Discord. Yeah, if you are interested in starting Beta Quest or just trying it out for fun, it's pretty easy to get into it. You don't need a lot of tricks. If you know how to dot skip, that's probably the most important trick. Even if you can find the mass sort cutscene immediately. But it's a good start. I learned to play OoT basically while playing Beta Quest at the beginning. And yeah, join the Discord. There's also a schedule if you want to know when matches are playing. Matches are scheduled every day, so progress is good. So yeah, join. If you have questions, just ask. And there are a lot of people to help there. So there are a lot of French people, so get ready to talk to a lot of French people. Kappa. I don't know why, but Beta Quest is really French heavy, but they're all cool, so don't worry. Don't worry about coming in fresh. So yeah. This is over. 2:33. That's a pretty fast. I think that's the fastest race in this Beta Quest so far. In this Beta Quest tournament so far. The revenge happened. Marco puts Bono into the losers bracket.
GG.
Where he will have to wait on his opponent. The losers bracket is a bit behind. Marco has to wait as well a bit, but
Ouais, c'était quoi?
une
at
revoir
least
le
next
face.
week we should
Ouais, ouais, bah, je
know
m'en doute.
Et bah, du
who
coup,
are they playing
ils ont
against.
acheté d'un enfant et
So
C'est ce que je me suis
yeah,
dit quand j'ai trouvé Twin
damn.
là. Je me suis dit, ah, c'est chiant. Et quand j'ai
Was
fait
a
le Mirror
bit
Shield,
close in the
assez
end.
chiant de faire le Mirror Shield.
But Marco had a lead pretty much since he found ZL so
Quand j'ai trouvé
early.
l'adulte, je me suis dit, oh putain, ça c'est pour moi
So
ça. Le Mirror Shield il est pourri.
yeah,
Tournoi est
grats to
pourri.
him.
Par contre, si le Fire avait
I
été
don't
sorti au
know
tournoi, ça
if
aurait été
we
chiant.
have
Quoi,
an
parce que j'avais pas
interview, but I
testé.
don't think so because we didn't have an interview last time.
Et tu l'avais trouvé depuis longtemps, le Fire?
Non, non,
So
je viens de le trouver en fait là.
yeah,
Quand j'ai fait le Shadow, je l'avais pas encore trouvé.
that's pretty much it for me. So thanks for having me again.
Ouais, je l'avais trouvé, moi, vu que j'avais pris les cartes.
And
Thanks to you, Slot,
La
for doing the
Ah oui,
commentary
d'accord. Ah, ok, ouais.
all by yourself.
Ah, mais j'ai jamais spawn
Basically,
en sortant de l'arrivée de la vallée depuis le lac Ila.
we actually did this on short notice, not knowing like
Ouais, je l'ai trouvé. Non.
if I'd be there on time, and Sloth came in and just did it, and then we had this race, and Marco
Ouais, j'ai fait
won,
attention,
as you guys can see, in
Ah, ok, d'accord.
2 hours
J'ai
25
trouvé
minutes.
pas fait en enfance, c'est Mask Shop.
He was able to finish the entire board. Yeah, anything you want to
Ouais,
say
là, j'ai
to
sauté
finish
dans-
this, or
quasiment à la fin de mai.
like
Après, t'allais faire quoi
J'allais faire Water.
yeah, I linked the
J'allais faire
Discord
cette,
again. If you want to join it,
Il aurait fallu que tu fasses nuit pour aller faire le water.
just join it. Ask everything you want, basically,
Ah non,
about the
non, je veux
game.
dire.
You
Ouais, c'est
gonna
ça.
be helped immediately. And yeah, thanks again for having me. I hope we can stream a lot of more races of this tournament. I'm in this tournament as well, so maybe you guys will stream one of my matches as well. I don't know. But yeah,
hopefully.
thanks for doing this, and I guess I'm done. So
Thank you guys, and since it's like past midnight for me, that we will like close the stream for now. Go to our end screen, and I wish you, from all of us here at ZSR, I wish you good night or a nice day if it's like in the middle of the day for you. So good night.
yeah, good night.